Alright, I'm just gonna make a really quick walkthrough video. Made a portfolio site that's just something that I want to have on. I just want to have some of my stuff on cloud again. I haven't really had any projects or any of my code publicly viewable on cloud in like a couple years. So this is like the site that I started making 2 weeks ago to uh, have my information up and also hopefully be able to put if if I get there, be able to put some of my personal projects back up too, in case anybody is interested in uh, just jumping on and messing around on the actual sites themselves, instead of just looking at you know GitHub code or trying to run locally. So yeah, this is basically as simple of a deployed project as it gets. It's create React app. Doesn't even really have many npm packages or dependencies, and um, I'm pretty sure there's really nothing more significant to note other than JavaScript, React, and Heroku. And it's a free Heroku site, so it's kind of annoying because it takes a while for the engine to start the site back up every time somebody pings it um, or tries to load it. But it's free, so I'm pretty okay with it, and I like Heroku's ease of use, so that's what I went with. So this is a GitHub page of the repo. Um, if anyone wants to look through the code, um, I but the main purpose of the video, because I actually don't even have much of a site up. It's like most of it's like really just work in progress. It's in the beginning stage, so most of the video was intended to look through the code, and I'll go through that in a little bit. So this is the site right now as it. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me reload it. This is the site right now as it is in Heroku, and it's very like in a pending state. Like there's a lot of things that I want to change, including like for example, uh, it's kind of bothering me that this is scrollable because the uh, light opacity is like intended, but it, yeah. So, anyways, I want to make those little changes later. Um, you know, well, then again, I'm not sure if I will, if it's worth it to invest time in perfecting everything. But basically, it's a very beginning stage app. So the reason I have this onload pop up here is because I was worried. I had this message on my homepage originally, and then I was worried that if somebody went to my LinkedIn or went to this site directly from their phone, then that message might not even show up on the homepage, or they might not be able to see it or notice it. I thought just you know with the time I had, or just considering the circumstances, I didn't want to overthink things. That this would be the best way to go. So this will load um, every single time on when the site loads. This will pop up every single time. Um, you can just X out really easily, and then you get to the page. Um, got a pretty simple navbar. Uh, got links at the bottom. This goes to LinkedIn, GitHub, YouTube playlist with all my coding walkthrough videos, like just like this video I'm making right now. And I got LeadHub, lead code, lead code page, and I just started lead code like where I kind of started taking it seriously like 3 weeks ago. Although I haven't actually really taken it seriously, but basically like it doesn't have much on it. I might have tried like 4 or 5 problems so far, but I'm planning. My intention is to be more consistent, um, or you know work it into my daily schedule as much as I can from now on. So I got a bunch of cards here. just general content, like a few links, if people want to go to them. This is Code Center. I was trying to put this is not how I want it to look in the end, but I just wanted to have the latest lead code problem I did as the main feature, and then kind of like an archive of all the previous ones underneath it. And I'm not exactly sure how I want to archive the old ones yet, but I just kind of have this one here as a placeholder. So like every time I put a new one, the one that was like featured will be pushed back into archive, and then I also like as a stretch goal wanted to have like a code compiler just like the lead code site, so people can mess around with it a little, but that's definitely going to be more a stretch goal thing. But this is how it looks so far, and that's kind of like my overall plan or desire for this page. These two are, they got the same work in progress uh, image, but they might not even be here in the end. They're kind of just placeholders too. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them or if I'll just change it to something else. So I'm just going to get into the code because, like I said, that was the main thing I want to do. So I got pretty much all my personal projects are set up the same way. I have the React router inside the main body, and then I have all my routes here. And I have a little bit of logic only because I have to. Um, yeah, it just looks messy kind of looking at it. But um, I have a default component. That's where you get the work in progress image for the two tabs I haven't written yet. And I have the default component set down here to the default route, which means that basically any path off the base URL is going to render that work in progress image component. And that component is very simple. It just has, it just fills the page and then puts that image as the background. Homepage, Code Center, those are the two I've written so far. External links is the links at the bottom for LinkedIn, GitHub, LeetCode, YouTube. Navbar is, first this is the pop-ups component, and I have custom style. Yeah, I think those are custom styles. They might just be initial styles. I don't remember, but sorry, that's my wife messaging me. So, but anyways, yeah. So I set the styles here, and then I got the content right here, and this is the X button. That's the logic, and with the on click. So I was just saving the navbar for last because that's what I want to like investigate. That's the component I want to look at. So the navbar is pretty straightforward, but it incorporates a lot of the stuff that I kind of wanted to point out about like my coding style, I guess. Where do I start? So I'll start with content. I have three different objects. I'm sorry, one object and two arrays that I'm importing in. The first one is the card, and that's all of this is literally just for the profile picture that's in the upper left. I put that picture on a card because I just thought it would look cooler that way. And I have these custom styles overriding the card's default styles, or it's not overriding all of them, but yeah, you get the idea. And then the profile is this profile here. I just, if I can keep things simple to arrays, then I try to, just because that's comfortable to me. So I just have the name profile for the image that's in my image folder right here. And inside of the card component, which I'll get to in a second, you'll see how that image gets pulled. So the other array here is the bio, which is the simple, three um, information thingy right next to the profile picture, and then got the links on the right, which are the nav links for React Router, and it's also very simple. That goes into the tab component and gets mapped out, so it's like a little bit dynamic. I can adjust any tab I want, the name or whatever, right here, just by changing it inside the string, the name in the string, and then, or I can add more just by doing something like this, you know, and it'll just take care of that for me. Um, so yeah. Um, so we'll go back to the navbar. So the card object gets gets used here. It gets passed into card, um, all that info. The bio array gets mapped out here and put into this container, and then that displays, Eugene Kim, uh, June 20th, 1985, and I forget, oh, Oakton, Virginia. Um, and then, of course, the links array, the last one, gets passed in through, um, I'm trying to remember. Oh, okay. Yeah, it gets passed in through tabs here, and then gets handled by this tabs component, and yeah, that's how that works. So I'm going to first go through the card component. Um, you can see I'm bringing in all those um, parameters, and I have my default card styles right here. Um, and I, I'm kind of like basically just trying to make the card as dynamic as I can. Um, so far, I have, and one of the ways is like the type of card, and so far I have three types. One is just a simple content card that literally just has, you know, um, words like if I want to write a paragraph or a message. Um, the other one is like a list, so it has like a title with bullet points, which is kind of the one that I've been using the most so far. And then the last one is the image, which is that tiny card profile picture that was on the upper left, that bar. Um, I don't know how that got there, but that's, yeah, that must have just been like I must have spammed my keyboard or something. But anyways, so that's bringing in the default card styles, spreading it out. Card styles is whatever's in there that is already in default card styles is overriding that, and then also setting new ones if needed. And then the background image is, you know, being set here, which is the profile picture. And profile picture was, if I go back, it was, I mean, the string profile was the third index in the array. So it's kind of like a ugly way of, I don't know, doing it, but to me, it's just simple. I just use, I just specify the index of the array um, as I need to. And then I bring in so profile since it's the second index right here, and that'll pull that image as my card background. Um, and yeah, so that's how my profile picture image in my nav board got got rendered in my nav bar. Sorry. And then if I go back to my nav bar, I'm going to go to tabs real quick, and I don't think there's going to be a whole lot much else to show here, except the main thing I wanted to show was I like um, I don't know if you want to call it efficiency or just simplicity or whatever, but sim- I like keeping things as easy to me as possible. So when I set the navbar content, I also try to set the navbar. I'm sorry, not the nav link content. I also try to set the nav link path at the same time. So I got the nav link array here, home, code center, extracurricular contact. If you notice, code center has a space in between, and they're all capitalized. When I bring that in, um, when I set the path here, um, it checks like the base URL is obviously not going to have a path, and that's going to be my home. So it's looking for home, and if it's home, then it's going to have base URL. Everything else is going to it's just going to take that string in the array, put it to lowercase, um, set that as the path, and in the case of code center that had the space in between, it's going to take out that space. Well, it's going to basically take out that space by splitting and joining, using the split and join methods here. And then I think that's basically the main thing I want to show with this. So I have all my environment resources, or I only have this so far, but I have it set up to pull from here. Um, there's going to be more in the future, but in a normal repository, in a normal project, I'd also keep any environment variables I need in here as well. And I would normally also have like a services folder for REST calls and stuff, usually for REST calls. But since this is a pretty simple portfolio that doesn't require a database, or that I'm not planning to use with a database, and it's not going to call anything else. I'm not going to need any REST API here, or any REST calling at all. So I guess the only other thing I want to note is uh, I think this is kind of like the style that I'm trying to incorporate into most of my projects, and sometimes that a lot of times that involves just like literally copying um, all of these components and just pasting them into a new project. But for example, in the case of this project, I actually rewrote, I would say like 50% of all these components, or I made them from scratch. Um, and the other thing is, this kind of brings me to the point of, and I don't know if there's a politically correct way to say this, but how much I hate CSS frameworks, and how what the lengths I go to avoid using them. Um, and because like obviously if you do something like materialize or semantic UI, which I've done in the past, I mean whoever wrote them did an amazing job, and they work really well. And Ant Design, that's another one I've used. And I honestly am impressed, but I just don't like using them because I don't I like knowing what my uh, components do, or I like knowing what everything does. I like writing it myself, having hands-on control, knowing exactly how to you know how the ins and outs work, and how to make changes if I need to, or overwrite styles, or just I just like I don't I just like having common components that I've written myself is the easiest way to put it, and also also styles that I've written myself. And I'm just bringing this all up because I know this is this is obviously something that those CSS frameworks um, like kind of center themselves around. Is I could have just included materialize or semantic or ant design into this project and pulled in all these components like button, card, tabs, whatever. um, like saved a lot of time and just set whatever values I had to, and then you know it would have been easier. I just don't like to do that. And as a I guess okay, I guess that's enough. Yeah, I don't need to say anything else. As a close, thank you for watching my video, and I really hope more than the actual site itself, I I care a lot more about the code and the way I wrote it. Um, if anybody's looking at this, watching this video, I would my personal wish would be to pay more attention to the GitHub than to the site itself. So, anyways, um, this has already gone on long enough. So, thank you for watching, and